All right, we're here for week 11, media availability with defensive coordinator, inside linebackers coach Peter Sirmon prior to week 11, Saturday's matchup with Washington State here at California Memorial Stadium. You have questions, go ahead and put them in the queue now and we will call on you. We'll start with Thomas Dunn from Right for California. Go ahead.
Good morning, Peter. Washington State, they have started to struggle in recent weeks, especially establishing themselves on the ground. I know in terms of like the front seven, they've really been going down with a lot of injuries. How do you feel like this matchup is going to come to fruition on Saturday?
Well, I think you go through ebbs and flows offensively and defensively as you go throughout the season. Some is attributable to competition. Some's attributable probably to the health of your team. I think last week, watching that game, that was about as poor conditions as you could play in, offensively, hold on to the ball. And I think that probably affected both sides of the ball. But, we're expecting a team that's going to, come in here and do their best to establish run. I think the mode is, try to get better spacing in the secondary. And to do that is an effective way to do that is try to run the ball effectively and stick with it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Jeff Ferrato from Cal Sports Report.
Can you just comment on the status of your defensive line, and are you expecting to have how many serviceable bodies do you expect to have on Saturday? You've just been beat up there. It seems like a lot.
Yeah, we've had some guys beat up really in the front seven, Jeff. We had several guys that had to get helped off on Saturday. Right now, it's kind of early enough in the week that there's still some guys that are on the injury report, but we're hopeful that they'll be able to return by Saturday. So, right now it's probably a little bit, not a little bit, it is too early for me to be able to comment on the availability of how many guys we'll have up in the defense outside backers and inside backer rooms. But those guys are doing all they can to get healthy and following our defense. We need everybody. We need every able body that can help us on defense, and a lot of those guys are also helping on special teams. So there's a lot of opportunities for those guys to step up and help.
Thanks.
All right, if you have other questions for Coach, go ahead and put in the queue now. All right, we'll go back to Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, following up on what Thomas asked you, just wondering, when you're playing a team that has not run the ball well at all, I think they had 4 yards rushing against Stanford. Can you relax in that spot and sort of concern yourself more with the pass, or is that just an impossible guessing game?
I think a lot of those things, you try to do your best with, what the plan of attack will be coming in. In my experience, Jeff, is, you plan for certain things, but every game unfolds itself in an unpredictable way. Rarely do things stay on schedule in terms of how we sit in that defensive staff room or the big staff room and talk about how we think it's going to go. There's there's unscheduled takeaways. There's unscheduled special teams plays. There's times that you take possession of the ball, not in the ideal spot. So all those factors kind of go into how a game ultimately unfolds. So for us as we plan, we kind of start from scratch every week, and we feel we have to be a thoughtful, durable defense, and you have to keep run spacing fits. As we continue to grow and develop, it's hard for us to deviate, too far from run spacing and kind of our pass distribution, because we're always in the constant process of trying to develop a better scheme, better techniques, better fundamentals, better alignment rules. So it's kind of a long-winded answer, but the way we're going to approach it is we need to have integrity both in the run and the pass. Let how we play, let the game unfold, and let some of the down and distance situations give us some more guidance than just maybe what the statistical numbers have been.
And when you're coming off a game like this, that's just so tough on your defense. How important is it for some of the older guys, the leaders, maybe a Craig Woodson, to sort of step up this week and and make sure the team's in the right place mentally, emotionally?
I think every week, Jeff, is a great opportunity for people that can impact the locker room to impact the locker room. There's been some stretches that we've done some good things. There's been some stretches that we have to significantly improve upon. However, I think when things are good, it's important for leaders to continue to push the envelope and, can your good be better? And when the way you're playing isn't good enough, it's also an opportunity for those guys to push and say, this is not the standard, this is not good enough, and continue to, bring that standard up to where we think it can be. So when it's good, as football coaches, as football players, we want to be better. And when it's not good, same difference. We want to bring that up and play to an opportunity and play with a product that we think can help the team win.
How do you think Woodson's playing these days?
I think Craig is continuing to play really effectively. I think he's tackled very well on defense. He's continuing to be a leader out there. Some of the splash plays, we all want more, sacks, interceptions, those types of things. But I'm very pleased with the way Craig is preparing. I'm really pleased with the way Craig is influenced in the locker room as a leader. And I think he's a great young man and he's a fantastic football player.
All right. Thanks.
All right. We'll go back to Thomas Dunn.
Peter, in a league full of elite quarterbacks, someone that doesn't necessarily get talked about a lot or as much as others is Cam Ward. I was wondering what your impressions are of Cam Ward and what stress he has kind of given you in the past and how is the preparations going for this Saturday?
Yeah, the conference is pretty darn good when Cam Ward is not up there with the top guys. 17 touchdowns. I think he's almost at 70% completion. Unfortunately, for me, it feels like a broken record every week. With some of these statistical numbers, I'm having to continually reassess what my baseline has been to what we're currently facing. And he's a fantastic arm talent. He has an imagination. We will get some plays that are off schedule, that are longer than you traditionally get from a pocket passer. His eyes have a great feel for staying down the field. I think his skill guys do a good job of finding themselves to be uncovered. When the play does kind of, I would say deteriorate, they might say, they might have a different word for it on their offense. Cause I think you see a lot of things that happen that are really good when the play so-called deteriorates, that the skill guys do a good job of getting open. But he can make every throw. And I truly believe, I bet those guys in that facility knows he can make every throw. I bet Cam Ward thinks he can make every throw, and sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that's an opportunity for us to go get the ball, because I think the kid can make every throw. Just sometimes that the throw is so tight that gives us an opportunity to overlap a little bit. But he's a special player, a special talent, and they let him rip it.